please be seated while I call upon Captain Somesh Batra, Vice Chairman, WTC Mumbai, for the closing remarks.
Honored guests on the dais, Chairman WTC, President All India Association of Industries, Rupa Naik, my colleagues in World Trade Center, ladies and gentlemen. I'm indeed honored and pleased to be here to do the closing remarks. Very, very difficult to do that after such lovely introduction of the topic as well as deliberations done by my colleagues here. However, being a woman empowerment topic, I will try to put it round like a woman's dress. Long enough to cover main points, short enough to arouse continuous interest. Women's empowerment has been a burning issue for many years all over the world. Originally, I believe it started in the 19th century in Netherlands, the US and UK. Thereafter, it went round the world and it is still going round and round. In the feminist movement, I say it positively, what it really desired to do was to get the women their absolute right. They are 50% of this world and they must have 50% say, if not more. Lots of places, they have a hell of a lot more, including my own house. I'm a minority. What does it do for us? It gives us employment opportunities. With the employment opportunities, they also enhance their economic power in the house, community, society, children, and in return uplifts the nation's GDP. Women are equally intelligent, not less, sometimes more, equally talented, sometimes more than men. However, sometimes it is a status quo, which, as some of said, status quo and also acceptance by the women because they have not been exposed to something better. I think that needs to change. It must change and must change fast. There are also some benefits other than economic, also reduction in domestic violence, as in India you may have seen. Improvement of education does that. Reduces corruption. Women are generally less corrupt than men because they are more focused, they are unable to look around, and also they are more faithful and they have a belief that they have to be truthful. Some sectors, women are irrepressible. However, how do we empower women? First of all, offer them equal opportunities in jobs, land development, wages, as we heard from our colleagues. They must be paid more or as much as men for the equal jobs. It is changing. It is changing and changing quite fast. Internet has empowered a lot of us, as one colleague said. Also, it has created some barriers. Barriers in social media, where there is a misuse. Barriers of sexual harassment, which again needs to be controlled, checked, and also ensured that the social website are automatically able to eliminate such barriers. If in India you measured the index of gender inequality, I think India is 101 out of 106 countries. 0.66 is the index. A lot of my colleagues will say 66% is first class, very good. But I think we have a long way to go. I think we've got to go to a higher level of this. The UN Convention already indicates that there should be equal opportunity, there should be equal jobs and so on and so forth. Is it being followed? I think it leaves the UN to ensure that it is, and also it leaves with the countries and associations like ours to ensure that it is followed, as she said, in boardrooms, in the classes, in society and everywhere else that we live in. In India, up to some extent, some of things are done. There is a women's bank. Although in India, women were always the banker of the house. When the man came, he gave the salary to the woman. It may change now. With the plastic money, it doesn't happen. She may not get unless she controls the plastic as well. So, there's also, in India, we have 3 very respected goddesses. Goddess Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth. I'm not talking only of material wealth. The wealth in all forms of society, and that's a woman. Saraswati, goddess of education, goddess of knowledge. And Durga, the goddess who's invincible in the forms in the positive sense and avoidance of evil. So we do consider, as far as this, our mythology is concerned, women at a higher pedestal. After these 4, in World Center, we have somebody like Rupa Naik who's been pushing this cause, and also her team. And we acknowledge, please, our Honorable Prime Minister has something called Modi's Pathshala. Pathshala means class for the people who are from outside. It says, first, take your space back. What you've lost over the years for various issues, it is respect to the woman. Whatever place you may have lost, please take it back, and take it back quickly. It says, understand New India. New India is a resurgent India, is an educated India, is a young India. And with that understanding, I think next generation of women in this country will do far better than they did in the past. It says, tell a credible story. When you are talking, when you are delivering, when you are empowering, don't give a myth. Really tell a true story. Women are blessed in that form to give that story. As some of the statistics say, in a day, a woman is able to speak 5,000 words as against 1,000 of a man. So they are able to give the story, and a credible story, much better than the men can. So you have to make them believe in what you are saying. Don't become a mob. Be individual, not a mob where you follow the crowds. And that's where the leadership will come from, and you are here to provide that leadership. Also, he says, don't believe in media. What media says is view of 1 or 2 persons. It's not the combined will of the entire world. So believe it with certain thought process in mind. However, we have to make a radical change. Thinking out of the box, generally. For example, I went to South Africa and I was with the Speaker of the House, invited to have tea, and thereafter they said, will you see our museum? Sure. We went to the museum. What do we see? They said, where does it say in the word that north should always be on top and south should be south? They created the maps other way around. South is on top. Can you imagine a map in the world where you see? Because we are not used to seeing. So change the dynamic, change the thought process, change how it has to be done, and with a radical change. In a turmoil of today, there is also an opportunity. I would request all the women to take that opportunity, because in turmoil there is a larger opportunity, bigger opportunity. Time is now. Don't delay it. Not tomorrow, not day after. Do it right from there. In World Center, we are committed to women empowerment. We will do everything possible to support you. With that, have a wonderful afternoon and all the best.
Thank you so much, Captain Batra.